Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Straight Up Podcasts on YouTube. Today, we're going to be talking about finding a freelance podcast editor. Now, there's a couple great freelancing sites that you can go to. You don't necessarily have to find, a Hollywood production company to do this. I've seen people quoting podcasts for $40,000 a year. You don't have to do that, especially if you're a hobbyist podcaster and you just want a really good sound for your podcast to help it grow a little bit. The two most popular freelancing sites I would point you to are Fiverr and Upwork, and I'll link both of those sites in the description of this video. But once you get on those sites, don't just pick the first person that comes up in the search feed. Don't pick the most expensive person. You're really going to want to vet them because it's your podcast and you actually care about it, and you need to make sure that you find someone who cares about it as much as you do. So you're going to have to vet them. How do you vet them? Well, you can ask for a portfolio of work, have them send you some specific podcast episodes that they've edited, maybe some shows that they work on, but you want to see what they've done before, what their skill level is actually at. And to push that even further, if you like what they've already done, then send them a raw, unedited file of your own podcast audio. See what they can do with your show, because this is what they're going to be working on. If they can remove that echo, if they can boost up the levels of your voices and make your podcast sound really, really good, then you found them. Make sure that they're at a quality price of what they're offering you. Make sure that they're reliable, if they can turn around your podcast in a timely manner so you don't miss any releases, because you're going to be working pretty closely with this person and they're going to be essentially the doorway in between you recording your podcast and putting it out to the world. And if they can make it sound really good, then you're golden. It's a lot easier said than done, but this is just kind of getting your feet wet with finding somebody, and take your time. Don't just pick the first person that comes across your path just because you feel like you need to get it off your plate right away. Find the right person for your podcast, because there are people of all different skill levels and people of different backgrounds that may not have the ability to get it back to you on time. They may be overseas. So I would recommend trying to find somebody relatively within the same time zone, preferably within the same country as you. That way that there's not a ton of back and forth, because there is a learning curve in between. You don't just hire the editor and then they start working on your podcast perfectly. They need to figure out, what is the flow of your show? What does a normal episode look like? How intensive is the editing? Does your podcast take an hour to record, but the episode is only 5 minutes long and they have a ton of stuff that they need to cut out? There's a lot of different factors that go into this. So choosing your freelance editor is going to be really important, because things can go very wrong very fast. So that's all I have to say. If you enjoy the video, feel free to subscribe, check out our other videos, check out our website. We have a newsletter, our own podcast called Pod Logic, and check us out. See all the cool things that we're working on right now. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.